What's up, guys? So we've got some brand new intel on Forza Horizon 6. New intel on the map, the story, the progression, the cars, all kinds of stuff. And I kind of wanted to compile it in a video for you guys. So obviously we had the developer direct yesterday, and it was our first time seeing it. Everything was very exciting, learned a lot there. But they also posted some articles alongside that had even more information. So I figured it'd be fun to put it into a video. I found it interesting. I thought you guys might too. So we're going to be starting off with the map. Japan. Obviously, everyone has been asking for this. The devs said that this is the #1 requested location, which is why they really wanted to build it here. It's the largest map they've ever made, and they said a big reason why it's so great is because of the contrast there. So you've got these huge rural sweeping landscapes and you know, beautiful nature and scenery mixed in with, of course, Tokyo City, which is the largest city they've ever made, and you know, super dense urban, you know, chaos. You've got like traditional Japan mixed alongside modern amenities and cars and technology and things like that. There's so many different areas, so many different biomes, so much verticality. All of that results in some really exceptional driving experiences. So yeah, we've got the biggest map and the biggest city. Tokyo City is 5 times larger than Guanajuato was, which is crazy to think about. And it's so big, it's broken up into different areas. So obviously there's going to be a downtown. I cannot wait to experience that. We saw a little snippet of it in the trailer. I wish we could have seen more, but I know they've got to keep things a surprise. But you've got downtown, you've got like suburbia, you've got the docks that they mentioned, you've got industrial areas, you've got obviously like the Japanese highway system is really cool. Like I can't wait just to be cruising around and, you know, seeing Tokyo off in the distance, but then you're up on a mountainside, you know, drifting. Like again, that contrast where everything is so stark and you have natural nature and beauty, but you've also got this mega city, one of the biggest, I think the biggest city in the world, right? So it's just, I think it's going to be really cool. Last but not least, when it comes to location, they really emphasized the seasons for this iteration. So obviously when they first introduced these, it was Forza Horizon 4, I think, right? Huge, groundbreaking. You know, the map is ever changing. The gameplay is changing. You've got to choose different setups and different vehicles and things like that. It kind of keeps things fresh as it's constantly evolving. They said that Japan gives a little bit more freedom for dramatic season changes. Obviously, Mexico's climate is Mexico's climate, but Japan, they have, you know, cherry blossom and hot summers and really cold winters and crazy amounts of snow and things like that. So they said that there's going to be a lot more seasonal change this year. They've had a lot of technology improvements and things. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter are all authentically represented and distinctly different, from the changing visuals of landscapes, crops, foliage, and weather to the unique and subtle soundscapes, ensuring every season carries its own beauty and personality, is officially what they said. But they also said in the Alpine region, it's always going to be winter. Like, you know, when you're up there, up north and up in the mountains and things like that, it's always going to be winter time. You're always going to be able to get to snow if you want it, which is amazing. We did see the one snow clip in this, and dude, I am dying to know what happens if you run into that wall. Like, is it just going to be like a hard wall, like you hit a guardrail or something? Or are you going to be able to like drive into the snow and get stuck? You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna be one of the first things I try. And can we drive on top of it? Like, you know, you can drive off the road in Horizon games. So could we find a place, like, could you have like a big Ford Raptor or something up there jumping over at the same? I don't know. That area looks really interesting. I'm excited to see it. Next up, we've got story and progression, your career in this game. And this is what I think I'm most excited about. It sounds like we're going a little bit more old school. It sounds like it's going to be a little bit more of a grind, a little bit more of a progression. And I'm really hoping that's what ends up happening. So you arrive in Japan not as a superstar of the festival. You're not a racing champion anywhere else. You're not even a rookie. You're literally just a tourist in Japan. And your original goal is going to be to get into the Horizon Festival via the Horizon qualifiers. So you're literally starting from the bottom. And the whole campaign, the whole story is going to be working your way up. And I really hope they're strict about that. I feel like in the last couple games, like, you can get really good cars pretty quickly. You know, you get a couple good wheel spins, things like that. Like, I feel like you progressed really quickly and you could get into the higher ranks without too much trouble. I really hope we're starting off with just like a beater. Like, give me an old 240SX that I found on the side of the road. Give me a 70 Skyline. Give me a Honda Beat or something. You know what I mean? And just like start from the bottom and have to grind and have to build that car and then move into a new car and make it a little bit harder to earn money and work your way up. I don't know. To me, I think that sounds amazing. I don't know if you guys share the same feelings, but you know, kind of like a Too Fast, Too Furious, Brian O'Connor finding the Skyline on the side of the road. I mean, finding that in a used car dealership in wherever he wasn't in Florida yet, was he? I'm not sure. Anyway, I love the rags to riches, and I really hope it is a little bit harder. So yeah, the article said that it's going to be all about building a name for yourself, meeting legends of the Horizon Festival, and then experiencing authentic stories rooted in Japan's car culture, which is amazing. And then as you work your way through the ranks, you're going to be earning wristbands, which I think they had in Horizon 1, right? Did they have it in 2? I don't think it was in 2, just 1. Now, they did go into a little bit more detail about that. So at the end of each round, when you're like getting ready to qualify for the next wristband, you're going to have big like showcase and qualifier events, Horizon Rush events, I think are the names of the new ones, but there's also Horizon showcases that we've had before. So, you know, we did have the teaser. I thought it was Godzilla at first when it was shaking the ground, but obviously that's a Gundam's foot there. So I think we're going to be racing against a Gundam. There was also a clip where there was a high-speed train going by. Isn't that like the maglev train, the fastest train in the world? I've seen videos of it on social media. But yeah, maybe we're going to be racing one of the fastest trains in the world, which would be pretty cool. We did see the docks challenge with the Storado, so it looks like that's going to be some sort of a specialty thing. Maybe we're going to have like, you know, crates and containers and things moving around. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a grind. You know, you're going to be working at it. You're going to be doing regular events. You're going to be working your way up. Once you get to that point where you can potentially be eligible for that next wristband, you're going to have some sort of a really crazy fun event, and then repeat it again and keep going until you get to the final gold tier wristband, which gets you to Legends Island, and that's going to be kind of like end game, I suppose. And of course, that's just like the mainline progression. That's basically your storyline of your campaign. All along that, you've got all the different challenges, all the different things to collect, all the different barn finds and mascots to find, buying houses, developing your estate. Like all of that is also progression paths kind of branching off this main path. So it sounds like there's a lot that we're going to be able to do, a lot to work for. And I hope there's, again, a bit of a grind there. I hope it's tough. Now, we do have an official car list. You guys can see it on screen. I'm also going to link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. I'll link all the articles down there. But we're going to have over 550 cars at launch, and obviously more on the way. We're going to have more drops throughout the years. Of course, we've got the auto show where you're going to be able to buy all of these cars from. There's also going to be barn finds in the game, and there's going to be the new aftermarket cars, which is like this Miata right here that has turbos for headlights. This thing looks absolutely ridiculous, but these are going to be found throughout the world. They're going to be parked in random driveways. You can go up to it, you can take them for a test drive, or you can choose to buy them. I would assume these are going to be pretty expensive, and it's going to be kind of a collector's piece. Very excited to find all those and see what other kind of crazy builds they've got going on. The entire roster has been overhauled to be better balanced in between racing classes, which is exciting. You know, make things a little bit more fair. There's a brand new class R for racing cars or track focused cars. They rescan and rebuilt select JDM cars. There's 540 degrees of steering wheel rotation. Now, I didn't catch that in the recording. There were so many people so excited you could go more than 360 now, which is crazy. I love it. We've got cosmetic tire wear now. We've got sound improvements. There's new recordings, remastered audio, upgraded modular systems, including turbos and backfires, Triton Acoustics object-based spatial reverb systems. This is going to be the best sounding Horizon game, so they say. The clip that we saw honestly sounds really good, and I really hope it's true. And I think this was only mentioned in the article, not the developer direct, but there is new improvements to customization. So we've got new Forza Aero, where you're going to be able to paint liveries on windows and on body kits for select vehicles, which you couldn't do before. And we've also got all sorts of new rims, and you have the choice. You could put like different rims on the front versus the rear of the car. So if you're going for style, or if you're building a drag build or something like that, like customization seemed like it's been improved. That is one thing I would love to see more customization in Forza, but that's also, you know, it's not a Need for Speed game. It's not a Midnight Club game. It's Forza, so I understand if we don't want to take it too far. We've got some huge new social editions that I think are going to be a lot of fun and hopefully make the map feel more alive. So in previous games, obviously, you could see other people out on the map, like other live players. You could challenge them to races and whatever else. But now you're going to be driving around, and they're going to have open world car meets that are just actively going on. You don't have to like match make for it. There's no loading screen. You're just going to be driving somewhere, and you could look over and see a parking lot where there's a car meet going on. You can pull in there, see other people's cars, download their tunes, download their liveries, buy that car if you like it. You can buy their whole setup. Like, you know, that sounds amazing. I'm really curious how it's going to look. Like, are we going to have actual physical bodies? We're going to be able to like get out of the car, because it says you can show off your outfits and your cars. So are we gonna be a person that we can walk around now, or I don't know how they're gonna do that. You've also got different events you're gonna be able to do from these meets or elsewhere in the world. You've got time attack circuits. There are gonna be drag circuits where it's gonna be up to 12 people, all with a synchronized light tree where you do a drag race, which is, I mean, that sounds amazing. You've got like drift events and things like that. So it seems like, you know, this is something that I could see not using all that much, and like it's really cool at first, but then nobody really pays attention to it. I could also see it being really, really cool and just really livening up the map and bringing people together. So I'm excited to see how it's all integrated and see if we all use it. Now for Xbox Series X and S, you're gonna have two different modes that you can play in. You've got a quality and a performance mode. Quality is 30 FPS, performance is 60 FPS. I'm going to be playing in performance. I think for a racing game, most people will want to play in that, but hey, you get to choose. Obviously on PC, you're going to have unlimited frame rate caps and enhanced ray tracing and all that stuff. So if you can play it on PC, definitely the place to play it. It's also going to be available on handhelds, Xbox ROG Ally, Ally X, and PC handheld devices. What's really interesting is there's cross-play and cross-save between PC and the console versions. And for the first time ever, there's cross-save between Xbox on PC, PS5, and Steam. Literally everything, which is crazy. And that's even crazier. So obviously it's going to be coming out May 19th. If you pre-order the special edition, it's coming out May 15th. It's going to be starting on Xbox and PC. It's also coming out on PlayStation this year. I figured it would be like a next year release, but it's coming out in 2026 on PlayStation. So those of you guys with PlayStations won't have too long to wait. Now, finally, last but not least, we've got our different editions. So standard edition is going to be $70, or it's free with Game Pass. And if you pre-order it, you get the Ferrari J50. The deluxe edition is going to be $100. That's going to come with a welcome pack, 5 pre-tuned cars, and a car voucher that you can redeem for any car you want in the auto show, as well as Car Pass, which is going to be 30 cars delivered to you once per week. So for the first 30 weeks of the game, you're going to get a brand new car every single week, which is kind of cool. So you always have updates to your garage. And last but not least, the Big Daddy, the premium edition, is $120. This is going to come with 4-day early access. So you get it on May 15th, a welcome pack, a car pass, a VIP membership, which, I mean, this is invaluable. You get double credits. I don't know if that's for forever or what that is. 3 VIP cars, weekly super bonus wheel spins, special vanity items, and a lavish Tokyo City house. So yes, you are spending real money for a cool in-game house. It could be exclusive too. I don't know if you're going to be able to buy that otherwise, but yeah, so you're getting a house. You're also, dude, there's so much. You're getting the Time Attack car pack, which comes with 8 cars that are ideal for mastering corners. The Italian Passion car pack, which comes with 4 Italian cars. And then also both of the expansions. We're getting 2 premium expansions or DLCs. Obviously, they're going to be for purchase, but they're included if you get this premium edition. So, I mean, I'm definitely getting premium. That sounds like a pretty decent deal. It's crazy. Games are costing as much as they are nowadays, but in that sense, it feels pretty worth it, especially the double credits and everything. There also is a premium upgrade, which makes it a little bit easier to stomach. So, if you upgrade from any previous version, or if you just have it for free on Game Pass, if you pay $60, you get the premium edition from that. So those with Game Pass definitely get a pretty nice discount there. This all sounds really good, man. I would love to see a little bit more progression. I would love to see a little bit more story, a little bit more grind. I know it's a game about driving. It's a game about cars. And honestly, I was getting into a couple of tweets with some people. Like there's some people on Twitter yesterday saying like, oh, this just looks like a Reskin 5 or a 4 or a 3. Well, like, bro, it's an open world driving game. We're not going to be able to reinvent the wheel here. It's like a sports game. Like, yes, every Madden, every 2K looks mostly the same when you look at it just year by year, but if you look at the big picture and over many years, you could see that it's all about those little improvements and iterations and pushing the boundaries and things. And I'll be honest, sometimes I do wonder, especially in like Madden, did anything really change? But I don't think that's the case here. Like we're talking about the biggest map, the biggest city, the most things to do, houses, the estate, the improvement to the social side of things, all of these cars, more customization than we've ever had before, audio improvements. Like there are so many little things here. And to me, the biggest one is if we truly do have like that old school, more progression style, you can't just hop in and have an SVJ. Like you've got to work your way up to it and kind of work your way through the career and make a name for yourself. That for me is the coolest part. So I'm really hoping that stays true. I'm hoping that's done well, and I'm hoping it's a grind. I hope it gives us something to really fight for. So let me know what you guys think. It down in the comments. Very excited for this. May cannot come soon enough, and I can't wait to drive around Japan with you guys. Peace out.